So here's I'm here with January, all done. So a quick look at the goals for the year. Biggest thing, my A race would be the Bear 100, first 100, and then find another half Ironman. And I was able to find Echo. Hopefully there's water there this year, so that'll be a fun new one to do. Did a little snowshoe when we got some fresh snow earlier in the year there. And then right after that tried to do another run and basically try to find any tracks that we possibly could that existed. Was able to do another Squaw Peak run. This one was a little bit more difficult. Conditions weren't ideal that day. It was a little choppy, a little uneven, but still a good time. Always fun to get up there and get Squaw done. Squaw Peak again, this time in January. A bit rough coming up, still on tracks after that last big heavy wet snowstorm. I was able to go back to Adams Canyon, this time coming from the south via Kaysville Wilderness section. Also still a good run. It was nicely tracked out. Good times. Had a fun run going up into the Stockton foothills, a couple of little connector trails I hadn't been on before, and kind of climbed up as high as we could. Snow just started getting deeper and deeper, and then finally we split off, came down, went off onto another connector trail, but good time, a few new trails, and there's a few in the background of that one. Did what we call the settlement front. We were going to do the figure eight, kind of build on that once we got in there a little bit deeper. You can see there's kind of a mix of snow, dirt, mud, frozen, and then it got really deep, and at that point we decided to bail and not do the complete figure eight, so it turned out to be more like a lollipop, and it was a good time. Jed took a nice spill. Always fun to get in a Grandeur Peak from Church Fork. It's always a good time. Not the best sunrise this morning or that morning, but still a good time. It was pretty well tracked out. Also went up the Jacob City Road with the group. Went up a ways and it wasn't tracked out after a little while, so probably only like the first mile and a half was tracked out, and so then we kind of slogged up there to the first connector and bailed after that and went back down. I tried a new to me trail, Bell's Canyon. It's on the south side of Little Cottonwood Canyon. There's a nice little waterfall as you get up, Lower Bell Canyon, and it was nicely tracked out. It was really cold that morning. Bell's Canyon, Lower Falls. I had a fun experience going up the Lake Mountains, up the road there that takes you up to the towers, and I thought was to the high point. Apparently it's not quite the high point. It was a good time. Had good sunrise there. It was really cold morning. Fortunately I was the trail going up there, I was sheltered from the wind. The wind chill was super brutal cold. I only stayed up on top for just a couple of minutes as it The temperatures were very
This is
cold.
the Lake Mountain High Point. Just getting right before sunrise here. Towers. Looking good. Fortunately, it was tracked with a big cat, so it wasn't too bad. Up at the top here, there's a big bunch of snowdrifts though.
I went back up to Mallin's so-called peak. It's not really a peak, but it's kind of an outcropping there. It's always good. It's always well tracked out for the most part, soon after a storm. And then that's fairly short, so then I dipped down to the next little canyon, which they call Waterfall Canyon. There's a nice Christmas tree on the way there. And up Waterfall Canyon is really cool, super frozen.
Waterfall.
You can hear water in the back.
Pretty cool. You can just barely hear some water trickling.
We decided to go up South Willow Canyon, which is closed at the lower winter gate, and go as far as we could. We made it up to the Loop campground, at least the base of it. For a while there was a little bit of track and then no track, and it's a little bit deep in some spots, and so it was a good fun time. Lots of hard work, but we were able to make it up quite a ways. We were kind of impressed how far we were able to go. I was also able to make it back up to Lake Blanche. A few times before I've done it, it's been fairly well tracked out. This time it was pretty super uneven, and it was really slow. It was really slick, fresh layer of snow on top, so it made the trek very slow.